What if I told you that Daredevil isn't just the devil of Hell's Kitchen anymore? In Marvel Rivals, he's reborn as Dzong, the ruler of a forgotten city tied to dragons, demons, and the darkest corners of Marvel's mystical lore. But how did Matt Murdock transform from blind vigilante to a supernatural powerhouse? And what does it mean for the future of Season 4 and 4.5? Well, today we're breaking down Season 4, the secrets of Dzong, his ties to Daredevil's past, and what powers he might wield in the world of Marvel Rivals. To understand Dzong, we need to start with the Iron Fist, specifically Lin Lie. Lin Lie wasn't trained like the traditional champions of Kunlun. He started out as the Swordmaster, wielding the divine sword of Fu Shi to battle demons and ancient threats. But after the sword was shattered, his life took a drastic turn. Gravely wounded, he was saved by none other than Shoutout the Undying, the dragon of Kunlun, who gave him the chi that transformed him into the new Iron Fist. That's where the story ties directly into Season 4, a multiversal catastrophe, the time stream entanglement from Season 0 that caused the 7 capital cities of heaven to merge far earlier than they should have. Normally, this only happens once every 88 years when the immortal weapons gather to compete in a great tournament. But now, everything is thrown into chaos, and worse still, all of the other immortal weapons have mysteriously vanished, leaving Lin Lie as the only one left to carry the title. During this chaos, we learn about the 8th city, once a prison for the cities of heaven, now turned into a place of refuge, remade by its protector Dizang. And here, Lin Lie encounters a child under Dzong's protection known as Lausa, Odin's daughter, Angela's sister. This connection is what sets up Angela's appearance in Season 4 and her eventual confrontation with Daredevil. And that's the heart of the problem in Season 4 and 4.5. His legitimacy is in question. Lin Lie didn't earn his power the traditional way by plunging his fist into Shu Lao's heart. Instead, he inherited it through circumstance. That doubt opens the door for manipulation, and that is where Dr. Doom comes in. With the multiverse thrown into chaos, Dr. Doom sees opportunity. Lin Lie's claim to the Iron Fist is unstable. He didn't earn it in the traditional way, and the other immortal weapons are missing. Doom exploits this vulnerability to assert control over the Shenlong Trial, the tournament where each capital city must send a champion to compete for honor and power. But Doom isn't just after prestige. He covets Shu Lao's chi and the unique power of the merged cities. By forcing the Iron Fist to prove himself and manipulating the rules, he creates conflict among the realms while furthering his own agenda. He even selects a champion of his own to represent his interests, ensuring he has a direct hand in the tournament's outcome. Yet in classic Doom fashion, his schemes are not foolproof. Kunlun tradition dictates that no challenge can proceed without representatives from each capital city, which we have seen promotional art of certain characters obtaining cosmetics of the Immortal Weapons line, indicating these heroes were chosen as champions of the 8 cities. Doom's carefully laid plans are complicated by these heroes like Lin Lie, who remain standing despite the chaos. And this is where the path opens for Daredevil, entering the tournament as the 8 cities guardian, Dzong. So why is Matt Murdock called Dzong in Marvel Rivals? Dzong is a title given to him by the people of the 8th city, which we can see in the final gallery card for Season 3.5. It's a mantle, a role, and a symbol. In the context of the 8th city, Dzong is the protector and ruler of the once prison city that is now a sanctuary for the displaced and the lost from the war. The name Dzong has deep cultural and mystical significance. In Buddhist mythology, Dzong is a bodhisattva who guides souls in the underworld, protecting those trapped in suffering and helping the lost find salvation. The Marvel Rivals developers even pointed out that this mirrors Matt Murdock perfectly. In his comics, at the end of the Red Fist saga, Daredevil literally descended into hell to save his friends, choosing to stay behind alone to protect others. That shadow journey directly parallels the legend of Dzong, creating a symbolic overlap between Matt's heroic choices and the Bodhisattva's role. But most importantly, Dzong isn't another person inhabiting Daredevil. It's a title that he assumes. It represents the responsibility he now carries, maintaining balance in the 8th city, defending the innocents, and guiding those exiled from the 7 capital cities of heaven. Daredevil as Dzong isn't just a leader or a warrior. He's a guardian, a mentor, and a figure willing to walk through darkness alone, much like the Bodhisattva that he mirrors. So what is Daredevil's role in Season 4, and potentially Season 4.5? As of right now, this is all that we know. Under the guidance of Yinglong, one of the immortal beasts of heaven, Daredevil enters the tournament to claim victory and bring the 8th city back to its former standing among the capitals of heaven. However, this is not Daredevil's only goal. Yinglong proclaims that the ancient god of war Chi-Yo, who was once sealed away by Lin Lie, can restore balance to the universe, ending the endless war, a proposition too tempting for Daredevil to simply ignore. Essentially, Daredevil is being tasked with walking a very fine line, potentially releasing a god who could destroy everything, or potentially save everything. And this is where we will likely find our heroes battling on 2 conflicting sides in Season 4 and 4.5. Now that you have the context, let's get to the question on everyone's mind. Whose lawyer is this?
How did you just do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
How did Daredevil acquire these supernatural abilities that are considered abnormal compared to his mainstream abilities? Well, there are quite a few theories, as we won't truly know until Daredevil joins the roster on October 10th, but let's break down the viable theories that we currently have. Theory number 1, and probably my favorite theory, is that Daredevil has mastered the beast that we saw turn him evil in his notorious Shadowland story arc. In the comics, the Shadowland story arc sees Daredevil take control of the Hand, a ninja clan tied to dark mysticism, and turns Hell's Kitchen into a fortress with a goal to clean up crime and impose order. However, during this arc, Daredevil is possessed by a demonic entity known as the Beast, or Kralak. Under its influence, he becomes darker, stronger, and far more aggressive. A version of himself that can overwhelm foes such as Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Iron Fist, and more, with just his feral strength and near supernatural ferocity alone. Importantly, even when Matt regains control, the experience leaves him with intimate knowledge of the demon's power and the potential to channel or resist it. There are 3 pieces of evidence potentially fueling this theory. Number 1, in the trailer of Season 4, we see a lot of unique abilities from Daredevil, but one of them is strikingly similar to a move he used while under the Beast's control in Shadowland. Some fans believe that this suggests that some of the feral demonic energy may still be active in Marvel Rivals' version of Daredevil. Number 2, in a leaked line of dialogue, Venom implies that Daredevil is not entirely alone.
We are equals. A powerful partner only brings out the best in us. We do not like the way you have been looking at us, Devil.
Based off this conversation, it implies he has a partner inside of him, which may interpret as the Beast influencing or coexisting with Matt. Number 3, the developers subtly reference Shadowland when explaining Daredevil's inclusion in Season 4, where they say, and I quote, "But as angels and devils mirror one another, so do Aldrif, aka Angela, and Matthew. Whether a Shadowland or Hell itself, both have journeyed to the darkest corners of the multiverse to protect those they love." End quote. While subtle, this could possibly suggest that Daredevil's Shadowland experiences, including the Beast, may be a part of his Marvel Rivals story. Theory number 2, and probably the most likely theory, is that Daredevil is empowered by the immortal dragon Yinglong. There are a few pieces of evidence that support this theory. Number 1, in the Season 4 trailer, we see Daredevil combined with the references of the dragon all throughout the trailer. This could be the manifestation of Yinglong's chi, similar to how the Iron Fist channels the chi of Shoutout. Not necessarily a possession, but a gift of power similar to Lin Lie's gift of power. Number 2, Yinglong is directly tied to the 8th city in the comics, the realm that Daredevil now protects. In the lore for Season 4, we know that the Immortal Beast guides him through the Shenlong tournament and encourages him to retrieve the sword of Fu Shi, so we know there is a connection between the 2 characters in the lore. Number 3, some promotional art depicts Daredevil under the image of the dragon, likely Yinglong, suggesting a symbolic or literal link between the hero and dragon. And lastly, number 4, some believe that the leaked dialogue from Venom could be referring to Yinglong instead of the beast from Shadowland. However, I think this is less certain, as immortal beasts are not one and the same with their champions. For example, the Iron Fist uses the chi of Shoutout, but they are not bonded in the way Venom is to Eddie or the Beast is to Matt. So while it's possible that Yinglong might be enhancing Daredevil, it wouldn't explain the kind of voice inside suggested by Venom's dialogue. And lastly, there is the theory that Daredevil is an Iron Fist variant, which if you've made it this far, I'm sure you know we've debunked that theory. This theory was mainly caused because of the Developer Vision Volume 9, where the developers made a comment about the Iron Fist which was misunderstood by some of the community. However, we know after reviewing the lore of the Iron Fist that they were specifically talking about Lin Lie and not Daredevil. So there you have it. Daredevil's journey as Dzong is full of mystery, from his role as the protector of the 8th city to his potential supernatural powers. Is he channeling the beast from Shadowland, tapping into Yingling's dragon chi, or maybe some combination of both? The truth won't be fully revealed until Season 4.5 drops in October, but the lore and clues we have so far give us plenty to speculate on. But now, it's your turn. Which theory do you think is more likely? Or do you have your own ideas about what powers Daredevil might have as Dzong? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, as I'd love to hear what you have to say and what you think. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this as we dive into all things Marvel Rivals, and I hope to see you in the next one, out there in the multiverse.